Today we're going to look at the best Magic the Gathering creatures that come with friends. That means anything that ETBs with a creature, or it can be activated to get more creatures. Alright, we can pay a green 1 generic for the Dwinnen's Elite. It's a 2/2 elf warrior. When Dwinnen's Elite enters the battlefield, if you already control an elf, well, it's going to bring in a little buddy, a 1/1 green elf warrior creature token. Now, ideally, the first creature you have in play is actually Heritage Druid, which for a green, it's a 1/1. You tap 3 elves you control for 3 green mana. And I can tell you, if you start off with the Heritage Druid and you go into the Dwinnen's Elite, it's actually possible the whole deck is going to be coming onto the battlefield as friends. All right, next up we got Scoot Swarm from Toads. Oh, God. Is this the friends or the whole family? We have a green 2 generic 1/1 insect with landfall. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, you create a 1/1 green insect creature token. Oh, hold on. I have an insect sound effect. It's the closest I got to bugs. Anyway, if you control 6 or more lands, you create a token that's a copy of Scoot Swarm instead. This gets exponential. You've seen the arena clips where people have like 1 billion Scoot Swarms on the battlefield. They keep putting lands in play, which keep making Scoot Swarms that keep making other Scoot Swarms. It's more multiplication than rabbits, I'm telling you what. If only we could, I mean, we could solve world hunger if we can just figure out how to harness and farm the damn Scoot Swarms without them taking over. It's that balance between the farming and them destroying us. It's a fine balance. It's difficult to figure out. Okay, Blacklands Geo with Cloud Goat Giant. Giant, eh? Cloud Goat. I don't know what this is. Cloud Goat Giant? Okay, I'm sorry, I don't know what this is. I spelled it exactly as you did. Haxton with Tolsamir, friend to wolves. They literally are a friend of other creatures. All right, we got a white, green, green, 2 generic, 3/3 elf scout. When Tolsamir, friend of wolves, enters the battlefield, create Voya, friend to elves, a legendary 3/3 green and white wolf creature token. And whenever a wolf enters the battlefield under your control, you gain some life. Not bad. And that creature fights up to 1 target creature you don't control. Because friends don't fight each other around here. They fight other people. For you. On your behalf. They got your back. Voya's got Tolsamir's back around here. Medusa, Titan of Industry. Titan of Industry is a 7 mana 7/7 elemental with reach and trample. Enters the battlefield, choose 2. Now, one of them you're going to want to choose to make it legal on this show is going to want to create a 4/4 green Rhino Warrior creature token. Now, alternatively, you can also gain 5 life. You can also destroy an artifact or enchantment, or you can put a shield counter on a creature you control. Wow, shields were already invented at this point? Once they went shield, they couldn't go back. That's a mechanic that's basically evergreen at this point. Okay, we got a Blackbird, General Furris. Oh, God. This is like one of those cards you have to kill immediately, otherwise it like really takes over the game. Okay, for a white, red, 1 generic, this is a 3/1 human soldier. Hexproof from Monocolor, which most cards are, especially removal spells. You think of the Prismatic Endings, the Path to Exiles, the Swords to Plowshares, the Lightning Bolts, the Doom Blades. It already passes the Doom Blade check. Whenever you cast a multicolored spell, create a 4/4 red and white golem artifact creature token. It's like Cascade, except you always get a 4/4 no matter what. It's sort of like a Rhinos card, if you ask me. Wormcoil Engine, disqualified! I'll tell you why. Because it doesn't come with friends, it leaves friends behind. So like when it leaves, the friends arrive. That's not fair. Get it out of here. So it has to come with a friend. Let's come with friends around here. Okay, Arcanus with Sliver Queen. I don't know, are these considered friends or are these considered babies? Okay, we got a 5 mana 7/7. The Queen! It's like the Queen Bee. Okay, pay 2. Put a 1/1 colorless Sliver creature token onto the battlefield. Does it work? The slivers work the same as the bees? If the queen dies, they have to make a new queen. They genetically modify. I don't know. They have to choose and genetically modify one that already exists. It's a bit weird then. Okay, next up we've got Crowcore Games Super Chat. Thanks so much. We got Holden. I don't know who Holden is. Avid Anarchist. I don't know if this counts. Well, I'll be the judge. He's looking for somebody. Who that is, I don't know. Bluetooth generic 1-2 human wizard. Partner with Paco Arcane Retriever. Okay, you may play non-creature cards from exile with fetch counters on them. Fetch counters. If you exile them, you may spend mana as though it were mana of any color to cast those spells. Do I want to count cards with partner? You know what? I guess I should, actually. Because, like, you can't... If you're playing this, then you can theoretically play the other card. They're, like, sewn at the hip. That has to count. It's gonna count. It's gonna count for me. I don't know. It's not really an activated ability to get the other card, but you can't play one without being able to play the other. So I guess I have to count this weird mechanic. And that's the thing. You guys are creative. You have found a creative way to get more than one card onto the more than one card in play. Okay, King Jin are going to redeem themselves with the Grave Titan. Grave Titan is a black 4 generic 6/6 giant with Death Touch. Whenever Grave Titan enters the battlefield or attacks, you put 2/2 black zombie creature tokens onto the battlefield. And actually, this Grave Titan is the life of the party, because every single time he attacks, he keeps bringing more people. The party gets even more rowdier. Next up, let's look at Diego. Gruff Triplets. Gruff Triplets is a 6-mana 3/3 Satyr Warrior with Trample. And whenever Gruff Triplets enters the battlefield and if it isn't a token, create 2 tokens that are copies of it. Copying yourself, are you? When Gruff Triplets dies... Oh, they're like family. I get it. They're triplets. But a number of... You know what this really should be? I think, like, when it airs... Oh, no, it wouldn't work. I'm trying to think, like, when it airs the battlefield, search your library for the Gruff Triplets and put them onto the battlefield. You can only have 3 at one point. Because if you can't have the 4th one. When Gruff Triplets dies, put a number of +1/+1 counters equal to its power on each creature control named Gruff Triplets. So when one dies, it gives power to the other. Alright, this counts. This is a bit of a funny card. I think it's a bit of a flavor fail. Because one triplet enters the battlefield and it makes tokens copying itself. Is it really the triplets, or is it just basically cloning himself? We got the Cooler King. Dwinin's Elite, one of my favorite elves. I started the show with that Cooler King. I'm so sorry. I sniped you. I started the show with that. Okay, I'm going to donate your super chat to Metal a 0007 with the Geist of Saint Traft. There we go. Guys, Saint Traft, 3 mana, 2/2, hexproof. Little annoying, little small, but just wait, because when he attacks, creates a 4/4. Oh, another, we got the angel sound effect. Another 4/4 white angel creature token with flying. That's tapped and attacking. But then exile it at the beginning of next combat. Poof, it's gone. But it'll be back. Yeah, host sniped. I feel bad when that happens. Like, I open the show with a card, and then someone super chats that card, but they just weren't here at the beginning of the show. Just, damn it. I'll keep an eye out for you. I'm gonna try to keep an eye out for your next card. If you have a backup. Everyone's got a backup around here. Alright, we've got Docent of Perfection. Definitely does not count. It transforms. Does this come with a card? Docent. Maybe I'm wrong. Docent of Perfection. Oh, no, yeah, you're right. Okay, yeah, some of these have some weird abilities. All right, 5 mana for a 5/4. I thought this was the flip side of one of these Delverish cards. So it's an insect horror flying. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, put a 1/1 blue human wizard creature token onto the battlefield. Then if you control 3 or more wizards, transform Docent of Protection. All these bugs bring the wizards to the yard in some weird way. What's the theme for today? Any cards that enters the battlefield brings creatures, or there's some activated ability to bring creatures, or has some static ability to bring another creature into play. Some people got creative with partner around here. King Ginger with Elmar. Elmar, Olvenwald Informant, a 3-mana 3/2 human with haste. Whenever you cast your second spell each turn, untap target creature and then investigate. Friends forever. You can have 2 commanders if both have friends forever. This is just... what's the difference between this and partner? Is this just like a more specific partner? You can't partner with everything with this thing. They have to have friends forever? I guess partners can sometimes backstab each other. That's the flavor around it. Roundwave Crusher with Adeline. Oh, that's the human. Attacks. It's like a lord. The Lord of Atlantis for humans. It's a white, 1 generic star 4 human knight with vigilance. Adeline's power is equal to the number of creatures you control. If anything, the army gives this lord more power. Whenever you attack, for each opponent, create a 1/1 white human creature token that's tapped and attacking that player or planeswalker they control. Bring many friends. Adeline friends with many people. Clues aren't living. No, they're not, but I mean, friends forever is friends. I think. I'm gonna count it. It loosely actually works. David, you can have 2 commanders on the battlefield as long as both of them have partner. Exactly. That's why I'm qualifying it. I'm not going to disqualify it. Larry Law with Pentavus. This reminds me of Festivus. What is going on in this picture? Oh, the head is going this way. I thought there was a head over here and another head over here, and this was the back side. Okay, forget it. My mind is not dirty. Okay, artifact creature, construct for 7 mana. Okay, it comes into play with 5+1/+1 counters on it. Pay 1, remove a counter to create a 1/1 creature. That's like an extension of their body. Pay 1, sacrifice a Pentavite. Put a +1/+1 counter on Pentavus. So, like, it can dismantle and it can reassemble. Dismantle, reassemble. Interesting design. Okay, next up we've got Crowcore Games. You got a freebie earlier, and now you're starting to pay. I see that's a strategy amongst a lot of you. You try to get a free one in first. Wait, what is this? Follow Guide to Monsters? This one. Okay, it's a 4-mana, 3/2 human wizard. Whenever you cast a creature spell that doesn't share a creature type with a creature you control or a creature card in your graveyard, copy that spell. It's like, what, you have to play a completely disjointed deck for this card? Yeah, look at the background. It's like, we got a bird, we have a fish, we got a leather boot. Who knows where that boot came from? Yeah, whenever you cast a creature spell that doesn't share a creature type with a creature you control. What does this deck look like? You got like a Lord of Atlantis and a Goblin King, and then you've got, I don't know, Adeline, and they're all out of just completely discombobulated nonsense. Is this completely broken? I don't know, I guess so. When you cast a creature spell that doesn't share it, you get you just copy the spell. 2 copies. Like, what's the point of having 2 loose... What's the point of having, like, 2 loose Lord of Atlantises on the battlefield? I guess they buff each other in some way. And they have to be non-legendary creatures. The Adeline wouldn't even work. Go home, Bolo, you're drunk. You mean Volo? Oh, Volo definitely is drunk. Got a big pint over there. Yeah, doesn't work with the legends. Doesn't work with legends at all. It looks like mutate cards because mutate cards are insane with them. Alright. I'm just gonna have to trust you. Blacklands Geo with Cloud Goat Ranger. This is a white 3 generic 3/3 giant warrior. Enters the battlefield. Create 3 1/1 white Kithkin soldier creature tokens. Tap 3 untapped Kithkins you control. Cloud Goat Ranger gets +2/+0 and gains flying until end of turn. Wow! Oh, you have to tap 3. I thought for each one that you tap, you get a +2/+0. But still, that's not too bad. 5x flyer with a bunch of potential blockers. You activate the ability, you don't have them blockers anymore. But everyone loves the Cloud Goat Ranger. Rated Lex! Desolation Twin. Merry Xmas and Happy Boxing Day. You know, the fun out of Boxing Day has been completely sucked out of Canada ever since, like, Canada tried to compete with the America's Black Friday. So basically, we have a Black Friday in November, and then Boxing Day doesn't even mean anything anymore. And they give, like, they start Boxing Day, like, 2 months early now before Christmas. And then there's like an extended Boxing Day after Boxing Day. It's like 2 months of sales. Okay, Desolation Twin. You know what's not on sale? Desolation Twin. You're paying 10 mana for this. That's right. Take out a second mortgage on your mana for this 10/10 Eldrazi. But if you cast it, it comes into play with a 10/10 colorless Eldrazi creature token. You need to now play this card with, what's it called? Volo. And then you get 2 Desolation Twins? No, but it's not casting it. You know, you get 3 of them, I guess. You get 1 cast trigger, and then you get to, blink your... Not blink, but you copy your Desolation Twin. But that's the only way you'll get value, in my opinion. Dario! Jadar. Ghoul Caller of Nephalia. It's a black 1 generic 1/1 human wizard. Very good cube card, actually. At the beginning of your end step, if you control no creatures with Decayed, you create a 2/2 black zombie creature token with Decayed. So, like, if it can't block, and if it attacks, you have to sack it. But you get, like, a new one every turn. At the beginning of your end step, make another one, make another one, make another one. And it's sacrificing at the right time, too. Jadar's not very nice to their friends, actually. All right. Attack! All right, you fall apart. I'll make another one. Next super chat from Brian Shaw. Thank you very much. The Vrestin Menoptra. That's a very difficult card to pronounce. He brings his own army. Some cards are a 1... Ooh, that's a good show. Army in a Can Creatures. White, green, green, acts for a 0/0 alien insect scout with flying. Vrestin enters the battlefield with X+1/+1 counters on it. However, when Vrestin enters the battlefield, create X 1/1 green and white alien insect creature tokens with flying. And whenever you attack with 1 or more insects, put a +1/+1 counter on each of them. I knew the insects are alien. You look at bugs these days. How did it evolve to become that thing? They've got their skeleton on the outside of their body, for crying out loud. Those with the exoskeleton. Very alien. You zoom in really close in on the insects. It looks out of this world. Some asteroid brought those insects. That's my conspiracy theory for the day. Okay, what do we got here? Joel with Illustrious Wanderglyph. It is a white 4 generic 2/2 golem with Ascend. If you control 10 or more permanents, you get the City's Blessing for the rest of the game. Other artifact creatures you control get +2/+2 as long as you have the City's Blessing. And at the beginning of each upkeep, regardless of City's Blessing, create a 1/1 colorless gnome artifact creature token. I like that. That's good value. Token every turn. A token today keeps your opponent's attackers at bay. Why would they want to attack into a stupid token? Next super chat from the Darkest Angel. Preeminent Captain. The Captain of Preeminence. It's a Kithkin. It's a Hobbit. It's a white 2 generic 2/2 soldier. That's a Kithkin. First strike, because he's got the sword. You be careful. He can cut you. Okay, whenever Preeminent Captain attacks you, put a soldier creature card from your hand onto the battlefield tapped and attacking. That actually sounds busted. But you do have to wait for the attack. But you don't... It's basically... it's like... Not show and tell. It's like a sneak attack. And it stays on the battlefield. I actually think this is a pretty strong card. I guess the problem is there's just not enough soldiers. 3 mana is a little chunky. But I like the ability. Sandwich is in the house, saying hi to Steve. Would Pack Rat count? Absolutely Pack Rat counts. Pack Rat has a lot of friends. Anything that can... So long as it's on the battlefield and another creature can follow with it, it counts. It's a 2 mana star creature. Pack Rat's power and toughness are each equal to the number of rats you control. For a black 2 generic, discard a card, put a token onto the battlefield that's a copy of Pack Rat. Back in the day, this card could win the game by itself. You spend 2 mana, and then next turn you just put another rat on the battlefield, another rat on the battlefield, another rat on the battlefield. It's literally like Lord of Atlantis. And then it's like, if there is a Lord card of all Lord cards, it's Pack Rat. Every card you top deck is another damn Pack Rat. I mean, they basically all say, give all rats you control plus... Give all other rats you control +1/+1. It acts the exact same way. Frankly, I should splash black in my Merfolk deck and just add Pack Rat. and it probably will work just fine. It will work the same as... Yeah, I didn't think about that. Even in today's economy, this wouldn't be too bad. Actually, it could get sniped down by bowmasters. That's the problem. Not enough rats at the moment. Okay, but that definitely counts. Next super chat. Cow the God. Coma. Cosmos Serpent. Brings a lot of friends. All the friends get brought to the yard. Blue, blue, green, green, 3 generic for a 6/6 uncounterable serpent. That's right, counter spells. Beware. At the beginning of each upkeep, create a 3/3 blue serpent creature token named Coma's Coil. Got a lot of coils around there. Sacrifice another serpent. Choose one. Tap target permanent. Its activated abilities can be activated this turn. And also, Cosmos Serpent gains indestructible until end of turn. Indestructible? Zach, this card is a beating. An absolute beating. Wow, and can't be countered. This is like a win condition by itself. This is a very... This card can take care of itself in many ways. Taps permanents down, makes itself indestructible, creates more creatures. It does it all. It's an absolute Swiss Army knife. Farmer Cotton, is that an actual card? Sounds like a joke. Okay, this card exists. We have a white-green 1/1 halfling peasant. Also costs X in the casting cost. When it enters the battlefield, create X 1/1 white halfling creature tokens and X food tokens. So all the friends, and they come with food. It's a food party. What do you call those food part? Oh, man. I'm always stuck on words on these shows. Potluck. They're having a potluck. They love their potlucks around there. Not just yours? What do you mean? Hold on. At the beginning of each upkeep. Oh, yeah, not just yours. Like in a 4-player game, this card is busted. This card's insane. There's gotta be decks built around this card. Oh, it's like between $12 and $30. Okay, this card is accurately good. It's not lying. It's not BSing around here. Yeah, second breakfast for everyone. And third breakfast. And then first lunch and second lunch. I don't know if he knows about second breakfast, Pip. Pacers fan forever. With triplicate Titan count. Probably, if it has the word triplicate in it. Triplicate Titan is a 9-mana 9/9 golem. Flying Vigilance Trample. When he dies... Create a 3/3 colorless golem artifact creature token. No, it does not count. Does not bring friends. Dies, and then the friends show up later. What kind of friends are those? Completely useless friends. They're late to the party. Hello, Mariano. Welcome. We're donating your super chat to Canty. Goblin Marshal. Goblin Marshal is very expensive. It's a 6-mana 3/3 with Echo, which is even more expensive. Whenever Goblin Marshal comes into play or is put into a graveyard from play, put 2 1/1 red Goblin creature tokens into play. All right. That is a very expensive Goblin card. There's like other Goblin cards that are much cheaper that do this for less. Like Karenko! The mob boss. It is a red 2 generic 3/3 Goblin Warrior, and instead of waiting to 6 mana, you play it for 4, so on your 5th land drop, you can already tap. Create X 1/1 red Goblin creature tokens where X is the number of goblins you control. It was at least him! Alright? He's the mob boss. And there are his mob friends, I guess, way back there. Way back, tucked away in the background. Good on Krenko for leading the charge, not letting the weaklings, The general should lead the army. Okay, we have Bulky with Master of the Hunt. It also has banding. Oh, hold on. Master of the Hunt, this one. So they are super friends. I guess you're right. It's a green 2 generic. They had tokens back then. It's a 2/2. Summon a master. Today it's just a human. Okay, green 2 generic. Put a Wolves of the Hunt token into play. What? Treat this token as a 1/1 green creature with the ability bands with other Wolves of the Hunt. Okay, what does this card say? Create a 1/1 green wolf creature token named Wolves of the Hunt. It has bands with other creatures named Wolves of the Hunt. And as this in... What is this reminder text? You gotta be kidding me. Any creatures named Wolves of the Hunt can attack in a band, as long as at least one has bands with other creatures named Wolves of the Hunt. Get out of here. What a weird card. I'm so curious to know if, like, the token is programmed online, on Magic Online. I gotta, like, just pull out the Masters of the Hunt, just make an attack in the freeform area. See what happens. Okay, Alex. Alex Gibson with Maverick Thopterist. Thopters know how to do it. It's a red-blue 3 generic 2/2 human artificer with improvise, so your artifacts can help cast this spell. It's like Convoke. When Maverick Thopterist enters the battlefield, create 2 1/1 colorless Thopter artifact creature tokens with flying. I always wondered, why do artifacts come with more artifacts? I mean, I guess this guy's not an artifact, he's a human artificer. He made the machines. He's an inventor. He invents things. He's got a patent on the flying tokens. Anyone infringing on his patent, he's gonna sue you. Okay, we got Nate with Spore Mound. Sounds like some sort of fungal problem. Okay, green, 3 generic fungus. I was right. It's a 3/3 creature with landfall. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, create a 1/1 green sapperling creature token. Are sapperlings like mold or something? I thought it was like a worm thing. Maybe I don't know what a sapperling is. Maybe I don't know at all. Okay, next up, we've got Crowcore Games with Arcanus says the Master Multiplied. All right, thank you for not only shouting out Arcanus, but also giving me his card, so I don't have to dig for it. See, look at that. We don't not only have friends in the cards, we also have friends in the coffee crew. They're looking out for each other. The Master Multiplied is a 6 mana. Sapperlings are little trees. Thank you for letting me know, Arcanus. Okay, the Master Multiplied is a red-black 4 generic 4/3 Time Lord Rogue with Myriad. Now I don't remember what it... You guys have told me in the comments section how this is... I think it's Myriad. It's like... It's the pronunciation that sounds wrong, but actually is right. The legend rule doesn't apply to creature tokens you control. Well, that's good. And then triggered abilities you control can't cause you to sacrifice or exile creature tokens you control. What is Myriad? Does it, like, make a second copy? I don't... Myriad? I think it's Myriad. Yeah, Myriad. The legend rule, triggered abilities can't cause you... This has nothing to do with friends, unless... I don't know what Myriad does. Hold on. Myriad mechanic MTG. Triggered. By way of token copies, it enables a creature to be used to attack multiple times. Triggered keyword. It enables a creature to be used to attack multiple times at once. This didn't come with any friends at all. Read Myriad. I can't! There's no reminder text here. Okay, notably the part of Myriad that makes you exile the creature tokens that enter combat is a triggered ability. I don't even know what this does. I need a card. Yeah, that's not what Myriad... It makes copies, but it doesn't... It makes... Is it make copy... It makes friends, but I need to have a friend on the battlefield already. So what? If what you're telling me, this thing will not make friends unless I already make a friend. Is that what you're telling me? Myriad makes a copy for each opponent when it attacks. That's making... Oh my god! Okay, I'll count that. Thank you for letting me know. Okay, we're going to look at more cards that bring friends to the battlefield, but we got to thank our sponsor, FusionGamingOnline.com. The same sponsors every other day, and I wouldn't want to change it for a second. But not with deals of the week every single week, like 20% off old TCG sealed product. Only available to Canadians because they can't send sealed product internationally. But they can send singles from your favorite sets, like The Lost Caverns of Ixalan, Doctor Who, and Wilds of Eldraine, which happened years ago. But if you're looking for it to get your cards, don't forget to use coupon code Nikachu at checkout for 5% off all your purchases. We're also going to thank Mana Traders, the premier place for renting Magic cards online. Your ability to play any deck, any format you want. You can play one-on-one, Pioneer, Modern, Legacy, or you can play Commander. The only digital client that you can play Commander online is Magic Online. And you can rent any deck you want with Mana Traders using my coupon code, using my link in the description below. You save 10% off your first 2 months using my coupon code Nikachu_1JV. All right. Myriad. Myriad. Let's have something new here. Hold on. Or did I lose him? I think I lost him. Alright, moving on. To the freebie section. We've got... trying to find... If you've never got a card before, speak up. You got to fight with the other coffee crewers. Okay, Kingman Gaming with Bitter Thorn. Sometimes you got to try multiple times around here. 3-mana legendary artifact equipment with living weapon. Okay, so it's like technically it's an inanimate object by itself. Okay, equipped creatures get +1/+1. Whenever equipped creature attacks, you may search your library for a basic land card. Disqualified. First, it's not a creature, and then the creature doesn't even find other creatures. I would have counted it if it found another creature by itself. I could have made it count. Urza Lord High Artificer. Urza Lord High Artificer. This one definitely counts. Okay, it's a blue 2 generic 1/4 human artificer. Enters the battlefield, you get a golem. That gets +1/+1 for each artifact you control. It's a 0/0 creature. You can even tap that golem to add blue mana. It already has use upon birth. And then pay 5 mana, shuffle your library, exile the top card. Until end of turn, you may play that card without paying its mana cost. Could be another creature. You never know. It could be anything. It could be a boat. Okay, Alpha Nerd with Geode Golem / Gathering Throng. What? I don't know what that is. Okay, Geode Golem. 5 mana, 5/3 Golem. Trample. When it deals combat damage to a player, you may cast your commander from the command zone without paying its mana cost. So if your commander is very expensive, you're going to get a discount with this damn thing. We did Geist the Saint Traft already. Okay, for Ginka with Gemini Engine. Gemini Engine is a 6 mana, 3/4 artifact creature with no creature type. This looks very AI generated to me. Whenever it attacks, put an attacking twin artifact creature token into play. What? Its power is equal to Gemini Engine's power, and its toughness is equal to Gemini Engine's toughness. Sack the token at the end of combat. What a weird card. I said my super chat 5 minutes ago. He skips and reads the card in the free section. Oh, that's what we call sniping. You got sniped. I'm sorry. Give me another card. Just send me another one. Oh no, Geist the Same Traft was actually named like a long time ago. So you got sniped before I think you even sent your super chat. Yeah. Welcome to the show, X-Rillium. Welcome to the show. Happens all the time. The sting of the snipe. I need a sniping sound. Do I have a sniping shot? No, that's not good enough to be. That's not a good sniping sound effect. Pacers fan forever with Bloodline Keeper. It is a black 2 generic 3/3 flyer. Tap put a 2/2 black zombie creature token with flying onto the battlefield. Honestly, I find that a pretty underwhelming ability. Is this a popular card? This is like a $7 Secret Lair card. It's even like a $21 Innistrad card. That's bizarre. And for a single black, you can transform it, but you need to have 5 or more vampires on the battlefield. And it's the Lord of Lineage, the 5/5 vampire flying, and it's a super lord. Gives other vampires +2/+2. And it still makes this crappy 2/2 vampire. Unbelievable. Oh, not your first time here. Sorry about that. Sorry about that, Rilliam. It happens to us all. Okay, Pedgeman says, hey, Nikachu, does Demigod of Revenge count? Yeah, hold on, Demigod of... Yes, right? Because it brings back the creatures from the graveyard. So it's for a Rakdos, a 5/4 flying haste spirit avatar. When you cast Demigod of Revenge, return all cards named Demigod of Revenge from your graveyard to the battlefield. So it has potential to bring friends. Or family, I don't know. They're all demigods of revenge around here. They believe in the revenge. They were molded by it. Let the revenge seep in. Okay, another Crowcore Games special. Assuming you fliped. What's a fliped? The Golden Gear Colossus. The Golden Gear. This is a 3-mana 2/2 gnome. Whenever Tetsin or another double-faced artifact enters the battlefield under your control, mill 3 cards. You may put an artifact card from among them into your hand. Craft with 6 artifacts. Pay 4, exile this artifact. Exile 6 cards from among permanents you control. Enter cards from your graveyard. Return this card transformed under its owner's control. And it transforms into the Golden Gear Colossus, the Vigilance Trampler. Enters the battlefield or attacks. Transform up to one other target double-faced artifact you control. Create 2 1/1 colorless gnome artifact creature tokens. Holy crap, that is an insane amount of work to get those creatures. We had to work like overtime. We had to pick up a second job. We had to go out of our way. We slept 4 hours a night in order to get those tokens onto the battlefield. That was like way too much work. Okay, next. Okay, hold on. Well, I'll skip ahead to your new super chat, William, so that it doesn't get sniped. Unique? I don't even think I would count this. Sower of Temptation. Maybe? No, I don't. I actually have to disqualify that one. Sower of Temptation. It doesn't bring anything. Temptation. The problem with this card is like the card is already there on the battlefield. When Sower of Temptation enters the battlefield, gain control of target creature for as long as Sower of Temptation remains on the battlefield. It contributed nothing. It stole a friend. It didn't bring friends. I'm going to disqualify this one. Man, bad luck for William today. Very, very bad luck. Okay, we'll go to Ree. I'm going to donate the super chat to Ree. Trustani Summoner. You can redeem yourself, though, William. I'll William, I will keep a lookout for you. Summoner. See, this person summons, not steal. White, green, 5 generic for a 1/1. That is a very small creature for a very large casting cost. Enters the battlefield, create a 2/2 white knight, a 3/3 green centaur, and a 4/4 green rhino. Friends with everybody. Friends with all. I'm gonna keep a lookout for you, William. You sent two super chats. There's nudity in MTG. Where was the nudity? This? I don't think they're showing their butt or anything like that. Quizmix TV, finally able to attend one of these streams. Love your streams. I'm fairly new to the game, and your streams help me learn about the cards. You're welcome. I appreciate it. Arthur, did anyone say Clack Bridge Troll? Is it gonna clack you? Clack Bridge. Did you get the clack? It sounds like some sort of disease. Okay, what does it do? It brings friends to your enemy. Okay, that's true. Okay, it's a black 3 generic for an 8/8 troll. Trample haste. Enters the battlefield, target opponent creates 3/0/1 white goat creature tokens. At the beginning of combat on your turn, any opponent may sacrifice a creature. If they do, tap Clack Bridge Troll. You gain 3 life and you draw a card. It's giving your opponent's friends more than anything. You gotta pay the troll toll. You got it. Okay, next super chat from Alpha Nerd. Vanguard Suppressor. Vanguard Suppressor is a blue 3 generic. Astartes Warrior, whatever that is. Squad 2. As an additional cost to cast this spell, you can pay 2 any number of times when this creature enters the battlefield. Create that many tokens that are a copy of it. It's a 3/2 flyer. With Suppressing Fire, whenever Vanguard Suppressor deals combat damage to a player, you draw a card. I love anything. Deal damage, draw cards. SMD, Sanguine Evangelist. Sanguine. They have Evangelists in this game. It's a white 2 generic 2/1 Vampire Cleric with Battle Cry. When it enters the battlefield, when this creature attacks, each other attacking creature gets +1/+0. When it enters the battlefield or dies, create a 1/1 black bat creature token with flying. Definitely counts. How about Voice of Resurgence? Okay, that one can count. Voice of Resurgence. You don't have a whole lot of Voice of Resurge. Come on. Oh god, I can't spell this properly. Okay, got it. I wouldn't say you can force this, but you know what? You've been having a rough day, so I'll count it. It's a white-green 2/2 elemental, and if an opponent casts a spell during your turn, you create a green and white elemental creature token with this creature's power and toughness are each equal to the number of creatures you control. Alright, you got one. Okay, Redco. What do you got for us, Redco? Rift-Marked Knight. Rift-Marked Knight is a 3-mana 2/2 human rebel knight. Protection from black and flanking. For anyone that remembers it. Suspend for 3 mana. When the last time counter is removed from Rift-Marked Knight when it's exiled, create a 2/2 black knight creature token with flanking, protection from white, and haste. Oh, it's the polar opposite. One has pro-black, the other one has protection from white. They're like twins. Pendamon with Sengir Autocrat. Sengir Autocrat. It's a black 3 generic 2/2 human. Enters the battlefield, put 3 0/1 black surf creature tokens onto the battlefield. Ooh, the surfs don't like him. And whenever Surf Autocrat leaves play, exile all surf tokens. Oh, it's actually under your control. The surfs do as they're bidding. Unbelievable. What's Erlin's card? Okay, I'll look up where's Erlin's card. Erlin got a card around here. Taxrill, or Toxrill. The Corrosive. Black 5 generic for a 7/7 slug. At the beginning of each end step, put a slime counter on each creature you don't control. Then creatures you don't control get -1/-1 for each slime counter on them. Whenever a creature you don't control with a slime counter on it dies, create a 1/1 black slug creature token. What does that mean? Is it like putting its eggs on creatures and letting the eggs feast on them or something? Like, what is the flavor to this damn thing? And also a blue, sack a slug, draw a card. Wow, so much for friends around here. Okay, we got Joseph Johnson with the Progenitor Mimic. Oops. Okay, we sort of found it. Okay, Progenitor Mimic is a blue-green 4 generic 0/0 creature. However, you may have Progenitor Mimic enters the battlefield as a copy of any creature on the battlefield, except it has, at the beginning of your upkeep, if this creature isn't a token, create a token that's a copy of this creature. That's right, I'm making self-replication around here. It's going to be a second one, and then another one, and another one. Wasn't this like a Commander All-Star back in the day? The flavor is they're being turned into slugs? Oh, I get it. Slowly they'll understand the slime with the Toxrill. You'll understand the way of the slug and the sliminess of it all. You'll learn to fear salt. Like I do. Alright, next up we've got Quizmix TV, Liberated Livestock. Liberated Livestock is a white 5 generic 4/6 catbird ox. When it dies, create a 1/1 white cat creature token with lifelink. A 1/1 white bird creature token with flying. A 2/2, what the hell? Hold on, but it's all when it dies. For each of those tokens, you may put an aura card. So when it dies, you create a 1/1, a 1/1 bird, and a 2/4 ox. But only when it dies has to come in. It has to be in play. It comes with friends. It doesn't leave and get replaced by friends. So this one gets disqualified. Your little Ted with a Benthicore. Benthicore is a blue 6 generic 5/5 elemental. Oh, it's got some merfolk over here. When it comes into play, put 2 1/1 blue merfolk wizard tokens into play. Tap 2 untap Tap 2 untapped merfolk you control, untap the Benthicore. Gain Shroud until end of turn. That's actually not bad. That works out quite fine. Next super chat coming from, oh, the sniped one. You're sorry you got sniped, but on the upside, you get to donate at Xrillium. Don't you like how you're contributing to the community here? The community. We'll give it to Rin. We'll give it to Steve Cooper, Rin and Siri. Oh, this is the cat and dog maker, right? It make cat, it make dog. It bark, it woof, and it meow. It's a white, green, red, 1 generic 4/4 dog cat. Whenever you cast a dog spell, create a 1/1 green cat creature token. When you cast a cat spell, make the dog token. Cats bring dog. I don't know if dogs bring the cats, but I don't know if there's a cat, it might attract a dog. Alright, 3 mana. Tap. Rin and Siri Inseparable deals damage to any target equal to the number of dogs you control. Gain life equal to the number of cats. Next super chat, Pacers fan forever. Gulta. Really? Stampede Tyrant brings friends? 8 mana, 12/12, trample. Enters the battlefield. Put any number of creature cards from your hand onto the battlefield. That could be a danger. Now, it does come at the high cost of 8 mana, but if the 8 mana hits the battlefield, I mean, you're done for. Who hasn't got a card yet? Mr. Deadhead. Brood Sliver. Slivers always bring more slivers to the yard. Green for generic for 3/3 sliver. When it deals combat damage to a player, its controller may create a 1/1 colorless sliver creature token. What the hell is the flavor to this? So whenever a sliver deals combat damage to a player, its controller... Oh, it's talking about us as the controller. I was thinking, okay, yeah, the controller of this creature. Yeah, we get the tokens. So why are we giving our tokens away? That's ridiculous. Nicholas Jose with Monastery Mentor. Sorry, oh, Monster. Is it Monastery Mentor or Master? Monastery Master. I think you mean this one. This one brings friends. Okay, this is a white 2 generic 2/2 with prowess. But when you cast a non-creature spell, not only are you going to trigger prowess, but you're also going to create a 1/1 white monk creature token, also with prowess. That's how it works around here. Lord Trevor with the Tolsamir Wolfblood brings Voya to the fray. We already did we already did Tolsamir, but I don't think we did Voya. Is there a Voya card? Friend to elves. Okay, we did not look at the token, but we did look at Tolsamir. So I'm gonna eat the super chat's gonna be eaten up by looking at the token around here. You got sniped again, extra. Oh my god, unbelievable. Okay, Kylie with Bowmaster. I hate this card. I hate everything about this card. Let's look at both of them. Okay, this is the OG. It's a black 1 generic 1/1 flash. It's an Orc Archer. By the way, question to all the Commander players. How do you feel about this card? Is it messing up Commander or it didn't do anything? It completely screwed up the competitive formats. Modern is screwed up. Legacy is screwed up. And Vintage is a little screwed up. I hate this card. Enters the battlefield, and whenever an opponent draws a card, except the first one they draw in each of their draw steps, or basically, if you drew a card and it wasn't your draw step card, then it can deal 1 damage to any target, and it amasses Orcs 1. Completely broken. This is just very frustrating card to exist. Now, they nerfed it in Alchemy, or on MTG Arena. It's a black 1 generic 1/1 with flash. No ETB, as it should be. And whenever an opponent draws a card, except for the first one they draw in each of their turns, Orcish Bowmasters deals 1 damage to any target, and then they amass Orcs 1. So I mean, that is how it should have been in the first place. They absolutely screwed us over with this card. Absolutely screwed us over with this card in competitive Magic. It's fine though. None of my friends play it. There we go. That's the spirit. It's so expensive. It's keeping Commander players at bay. Who wants to play a $40 card that's just a weird flash creature? Okay, you got stream sniped. Or not stream sniped. You got sniped. Exrillium. So we donate your super chat. We'll donate it to the Leaf on the Water. Username does not match avatar, but I like both of them all the same. Osgood. Operation Double. It's a blue 2 generic. 2/2 human alien shapeshifter. So I guess there could be aliens among us. They just look like people. When you cast this spell, create a token that's a copy of it, except it isn't legendary. Oh, so you get two copies. Imagine having 2 of yourself, and you can control both of them at the same time. Tap, add a colorless, spend this mana only to cast an artifact spell or activate an ability of an artifact. Also has Paradox. When you cast this spell from anywhere other than your hand, investigate. You get a clue token, huh? Yeah, Among Us sounds sus. Just what I was thinking. Okay, the chest of treasures with Flame Right. Oops, I did not spell that at all. Flame Right is a white-red 1/1 human artificer with a pay 1 mana. Tap, put a 1/1 colorless construct artifact creature token with defender on the battlefield. Isn't this just a smith? Why are they making tokens? I don't get that. They just make they make weapons. I don't understand. Like, they're not a scientist. They're not an engineer. Whatever. It's magic, people. It's magic. Tap, sack a creature with defender. Flame Right deals 1 damage to target creature or player. Next super chat coming from Alpha Nerd. The Rakamar. Used to be a beast. Maybe it still can be. 4 mana for a 2/2 human shaman with haste. Pay a red, tap, create a 3/1 red elemental creature token with haste. Hey, if it's making tokens, it's actually nice that it has haste. You don't have to wait until next turn to get value. And also, it doesn't die at end of turn, like a lot of other cards. I can't believe we haven't done Kiki Mirror Breaker. I mean, he usually comes with an unlimited number of friends. Not really. You have to build your deck around it. But it is a 5-mana 2/2 with haste that makes tokens that are copies of non-legendary creatures you control. Gains haste, and you have to sack it end of turn. Great friend he is. Turiat with Alirios. Enraptured. What? Okay, it's a blue 2 generic 2/3. Enters the battlefield tapped. Doesn't untap during your untap step if you control a reflection. And then when Aliros enters the battlefield, create a 3/2 blue reflection creature token. Okay. So basically, it comes to battlefield tap, but doesn't untap so long as that reflection is there. And then when the reflection dies, you're free. You're free, Alirios. Jitsuku with Felisa, Fang of Silverquill. I like that name. This is a black-white 2 generic 3/2 vampire warrior with flying and mentor. So when it attacks, put a counter on target attacking creature with lesser power. Whenever a non-token creature you control dies, if it had counters on it, create X tapped 2/1 white and black inkling creature tokens with flying, where X is the number of counters it had on it. This is a bit weird. Things have to die to get the friends. Very strange way. We did Rin and Siri. It's a great card. Beautiful. Okay, who hasn't got a card yet? At SFC Pudding. My first thought about this theme was always Nikachu War Pride. Nikachu. If that hasn't been looked at. You know what? The more obscure cards you think of, the more likely we haven't done it yet. 6 mana for a 3/3. And it must be blocked by exactly 1 creature if able. Whenever Nikachu War Pride attacks, put X tokens into play, tapped and attacking. There are copies of Nikachu War Pride, where X is the number of creatures defending player controls. Remove the tokens from the game at end of turn, so exile them later. We still had remove from the game at this time? They didn't invent exile at this point? That is so weird. The Tanned Pineapple with Sidisi, Blood Tyrant. Oops. Sidisi. I think I know what you're talking about. Hold on, I'm just gonna look up Blood Tyrant. I think it's like Sidsi or something like that. No, what is this? Is it Sidisi? Oh, it's Brood Tyrant. Hold on, that looks like an adapted card. Okay, I guess that's it. Okay, it is a weird alchemy looking thing. Let's get the original. Okay, we're getting the original here. The other one was messing with my eyes. Okay, we got a blue-green, black, 1 generic 3/3. Enters the battlefield or attacks. Put the top 3 cards of your library into your graveyard. And whenever one or more creature cards are put into your graveyard from your library, put a 2/2 black zombie creature token onto the battlefield. Francis C. with the Riz the Redeemed. It's a hybrid Selesnya for a 1/1 elf warrior. Pay 3 mana, tap, create a 1/1 green white elf warrior creature token. That is actually a very, very sad ability. 6 mana for each creature token you control, create a token that's a copy of that creature. That might be a little bit better. The card counts. I'm not disputing that, but holy crap, this is a bit you know, maybe I'm wrong. It's like an elf card. Elves have a lot of mana. You got to use that mana for something. You can double your tokens. Not bad at all. Worldspine Worm would get disqualified because that activates upon dying. Alright, next super chat we've got from Crowcore Games. This time it is the Miko Tyrant. It is a 3 mana Star Elder Fungus with Trample, and its power and toughness are each equal to the number of creatures you control that are fungi and or saprolings. At the beginning of your end step, create X 1/1 black fungus creature tokens with this creature can't block, where X is the number of times you descended this turn. You get a bunch of 1/1s. Number of times you descended. How can you descend? You descend each time a permanent card is put into your graveyard from anywhere. That is insane. So you could like sack a bunch of fetch lands, you could like scape shift and put a bunch of 1/1s in play. I like it. Who has not got a card yet? I've used risk to make 100 tokens. I believe it! We've got this person with a crone horse. It is a 4-mana 0/4 with defender. When a crone horse enters the battlefield, an opponent gains control of it. At the beginning of your upkeep, each opponent creates a 1/1 white soldier creature token. Yeah, it's bringing friends. It's a trap. Don't take the horse. If someone gives you a horse for a gift that is inanimate, say no. Say no immediately. Okay, next up we got Restian Serpentine with, I would get Deranged Hermit out with Victimize. We haven't even talked about Deranged Hermit. I don't even know what Victimize is. Okay, it's a green, 3 generic 1/1 elf. This thing's an elf? I guess it makes sense. It's one of those forest creature people. Nudity in Magic the Gathering. Right here. The shadow is hiding all. Okay, it's got Echo of a green, 3 generic, but I don't expect you to pay for it. Okay, when Deranged Hermit enters the battlefield, you put 4 1/1 green squirrely creature tokens onto the battlefield. And also, it's a lord for squirrels. Squirrel creatures get +1/+1. With the Deranged Hermit, they get even stronger. Their insanity strengthens the squirrels. Yeah, we already did Sower, and I already disqualified it. I'll disqualify it again! Okay, Siege Gang Commander from Crackling Goblin. Of course, the Goblin. The Goblin Gang would call up the Siege Gang Commander. The red 3 generic 2/2 Goblin. When it enters the battlefield, create 3, not 1, not 2, 3 red Goblin creature tokens. And for a red, you can sack them for 2 damage. Ready? Fire. That's right. I need a sacrifice. I need someone to pay tribute. What did they say in the Mockingbird? I'm looking for 3 goblins to tribute. And the game is this. I'm throwing you to your oblivion. Pacers fan forever with Gulta and Marvin. Gulta and Mavrin. Oh yeah, this does bring tokens. Okay, we have a white, green, 3 generic for a 12/12 dinosaur vampire with trample. And whenever you attack, choose one. Create either a tapped and attacking XX green dinosaur creature token with trample, where X is the greatest power among other attacking creatures. It's funny, it says other attacking creatures. It doesn't want to give you more Gulta and Mavrin power creatures. Or you can create X 1/1 white vampire creature tokens with lifelink, where X is the number of other attacking creatures. Cool card either way. The Jaded with Wirewood Hive Mind. Oops, can I find this? Wirewood Hive. Oh, it's Hive Master. The Hive Master. It's a 2-mana 1/1 elf. Whenever another non-token elf comes into play, you may put a 1/1 green insect creature token into play. That is very underwhelming. But it qualifies for the show. Gabrielle with Kicker. Kicker the card. Wind's Fury. Okay, this is a white, red, blue, 1 generic 3/3 bird wizard with flying. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, create a 1/1 white spirit creature token with flying. You can also sack a spirit for red mana. Ugh. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell. So basically it's got like, not prowess, but like, you cast non-creature spells, you get tokens. You get tokens, you get mana. It's actually got a lot of utility in this card. Pacers fan forever. You've been doing this all day. Izoni, 1000-eyed. I wonder if Izoni is related to Izami. We have a green, black, 2 generic 2/3 elf shaman with Undergrowth. When Izoni 1000-eyed enters the battlefield, create a 1/1 black and green insect creature token with for each creature card in your graveyard. Also, play a green and black, sacrifice another creature, you gain 1 life and draw a card. Oh my goodness, that is value. It's nice to convert the tokens into like something. Although I don't like the idea that you're selling your friends. You sold out here. Nikachu reading the card way too fast. You know what? I'm trying to get to your cards, people. You know, some of you guys are suggesting like all day. Whoops, we're not done. I've got a lot of cards to look at. Okay, it looks like I have one more freebie. We'll give it to Ralph. Tovolar's Huntmaster. Did we do this one? Maybe not. I don't know. It's a 6 mana 6/6. Enters the battlefield. Create two green wolf creature tokens. Also, it's day bound. I think we looked at maybe another Tovolar. And when it's night, it becomes the pack leader. Enters the battlefield or attacks. Create two green wolf creature tokens. Also, you can pay 4 mana. Another target wolf or werewolf you control fights target creature you don't control. It's a 7/7. Okay, Super Chat Central. Lord Trevor got sniped. You did you? Tolsamir. The wolf blood is an OG. We did that one, didn't we? Tolsamir. Maybe that's what I was thinking. Maybe it wasn't. Oh, you want to do a wolf blood? Okay, wolf blood we didn't do. It's a white-green 4 generic for a 3/4 elf warrior. Other green creature you control get +1/+1. Other white creatures you control get +1/+1. And you also may tap it to put a legendary 2/2 green and white wolf creature token named Voya. This Voya thing is coming back. Always this Voya. Voya must be working out because Voya got, I think, a lot bigger later on in the lore. Crowcore Games with I have Commander deck with Tenzin. Notably, oops, I didn't spell that one. Notably, he doesn't need non-tokens. Is it Tetsun? Oh, you're talking about this card. Notably, he doesn't need non-tokens to transform, so incubate, treasures, etc. all work for the craft. And that is essentially a donation to the freebie section. And we will give it to... Desolation Twin has been done already. When have we not done right here? We just did the Tovolar's Run Master. Hornet Nest? What a weird card. This should be like an artifact. This should not be a living, breathing thing. It actually should be like a planeswalker, right? Doesn't that make sense? Like one of those like planeswalker-ish cards with loyalty. Hornet's Nest. It's a green 2 generic 0/2 insect, which doesn't actually make sense. That is a flavor fail. Defender. When Hornet's Nest is dealt damage, create that many 1/1 green insect creature tokens with flying and death touch. Like, it could say the same thing, but instead of being a 0/2, it is like 5 loyalty or something. So don't be poking the nest around here. You feel ignored? Look, there's so many people. Okay, well, I'll give you something. David, you're a loyal coffee crew. Slimefoot and Squee. Okay, we got a Jund 3/3 fungus goblin. When it enters the battlefield or attacks, create a 1/1 green sapperling creature token. And also for 4 mana, sack a sapperling. Sorry, sapperling. Nice knowing ya. Return Slimefoot and Squee and up to 1 other target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. Activate only as a sorcery. Okay, and more super chats. We've got Katarin Overlord. It is a black 4 generic 7/5 mercenary. Sacrifice a creature, regenerate Katarin Overlord. Also pay 6 tap. Oh yeah, actually, yeah, you guys never mentioned any of the rebels or the mercenaries. Search your library for a mercenary card with convert mana cost 6 or less, put that card into play, then shuffle your library. Mercenaries didn't see as much play as the rebels, because the problem is it worked the other way. Like rebels, you spent a little mana on the creature and spent more on the ability to get a creature out. Mercenaries worked the other way around. You spent a lot on the creature and less on the ability to put crappier creatures onto the battlefield. Mercenaries were just crappier. Okay, Exrillium is trying again. Belfry Spirit. We didn't do that one. This is a 5 mana 1/1 spirit with Haunt and Flying. When Belfry Spirit comes into play or the creature it haunts is put into a graveyard, put 2. Oh, so when it comes into play, we get 2 1/1 black bats? As signified over here. Tokens into play with flying into play. Joshua has a question with Mikoloth count, probably. Or honestly, usually when people have to ask, it's like, maybe not. Okay, we got a 5 mana 4/4 Devour 2. As this enters the battlefield, you may sack any number of creatures. This creature enters the battlefield with twice that many +1/+1 counters on it. At the beginning of your upkeep, create a 1/1 green sapperling creature token for each +1/+1 counter on Mikoloth. Absolutely counts. 100% banger. Next, we got Darkest Angel. Speaking of things having to die, Ghoul-Caller Giza. Did we do that one? I guess we didn't. Okay, this is a 5 mana 3/4 human wizard. Pay a black, sack another creature, create an X 2/2 black zombie creature token where X is the sacrifice creature's power. Oh, so you can like sacrifice a creature, get more creatures out. Even if you sack like a 2/2, it's gonna come out with 2 more 2/2s. I like that. Alpha Nerd, Old One Eye. Good old One Eye for a green 5 generic. It's a 6/6 trampler. Other creatures you control have trample. When Old One Eye enters the battlefield, create a 5/5 green tyrant creature token. That tyrant is beefy. Fast healing. At the beginning of your pre-combat main phase, you may discard 2 cards. If you do, return Old One Eye from your graveyard to your hand. It's actually a lot of value packed in that card. Very, very good card. Hard to get rid of. Like, anything that goes to the graveyard, you can bring it back to your hand. It's just perfect. Okay, Alpha Nerd, what else do you got here? You're paying to be here. Turvagon. Turvagon is a green 1 generic X/0/0 Tyrannid with Ravenous. The creature enters the battlefield with X+1/+1 counters on it if X is 5 or more. Draw a card when it enters. It also has trample. And spawn Termagants. Whenever Turvagon deals combat damage to a player, create that many 1/1 green Tyrannid creature tokens. God, reading this card is like a huge tongue twister. Elanchan Gaming. And Kira. The Hostile Scavenger. This is a green, black, 3 generic, 3/3 human warrior. Enters the battlefield, create 2 walker tokens, but not planeswalker. They're not the planeswalker type, the zombie type. As long as Enrika is equipped, it must be blocked if able. Also, it's like a lure effect. Whenever Enrika and at least 2 zombies attack, Enrika gains indestructible until end of turn. And last but not least, another Elanchan Gaming special, Saheeli. Saheeli. The Sun's Brilliance. Okay, well, where's the Sun's Brilliance? There we go, the Sun's Brilliance. This is a red-blue 2/2 human artificer. Pay red or blue, tap, create a token that's a copy of another target creature or artifact you control, except it's an artifact in addition to its other types, and it gains haste. Sacrifice it at the beginning of the next end step. Basically, Saheeli trying to play God around here. I'm going to make a copy of things. I'm going to bring it to life, but it's an artifact. Okay, we'll end it off on Adam's thing. Have you already done Avenger of Zendikar? Nope. Avenger of Zendikar. Looking to avenge. The 7 mana 5/5 elemental enters the battlefield, create a 0/1 plant creature token for each land you control. Very weird, friends, but you know what? Sometimes your garden is your friend. And as landfall, whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, you may put a +1/+1 counter on each plant you control. This garden's fighting back. And that's it for Coffee and MTG today. Thank you so much for joining me. And if you want to be part of the show, you got to be here 11 o'clock a.m. Central Standard Time on weekdays. Remember, December 20th to January 5th, with the exception of Christmas, we will also be doing Coffee and MTG at 8 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time. So be there if you've never been there before. And also, we got to thank everyone who's supporting and being part of the channel. People who are patrons of Patreon, a member on YouTube, or use Super Chat to be part of the show. Or even if you donate to other people. But of course, we have to thank the coffee crew for being here, like Restian, Serpentine, Toads the Jaded, David Sampson. We have Mr. Deadhead, Cackling Goblin, Darkest Angel, Arcanus, Elanchan Gaming, Lynn. We got Mimito the Jaded, Pedgeman, Steve Cooper, Nate, Kevin. Who else do we have around here? Gabrielle, King Ginger. Because you guys make the show what it is today. So, as usual, my coffee crew, keep brewing up them coffees. We'll keep brewing up the magic. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you at the next cup.